All right, so we're gonna go back to snapshot.
We're just gonna load shit up and fly. Just gonna load shit up and go fly. Just go through the whole. It's the actual product.
Who's getting things set up?
Yeah, we're just testing it out. We're getting close. Okay, now this part is working. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna run a simulator, and the simulator has to be ran on this. And go ahead and open Reigl. You can switch between these two screens. That's what I do, and I pick the lines for the pilot right from there. So go to Tools, Troubleshooting, Make Camera Ground Test. All okay. And what that will do, it will run a simulator. Basically, it will simulate exactly the same thing that you would have in the air. And bam. So we are 18 seconds out. Go ahead and start the scanner. You already have the camera started, so nobody's underneath the plane, right? Correct. Okay. So see, when you hit this button, it will enable. Okay, and it's already started logging. Okay, so see, it says working logging.
Every time it crosses a hash mark, it's going to trigger the camera.
Exactly. Now, remember what I told you about the orange? What does it mean?
So orange means it's just a set of parameters, but it's not a fault.
Say again?
It's a set of parameters, but it's not a fault.
Yeah, so orange means warning, and you could read here, so it says channel 1 does not receive any echoes. We're setting too low to the ground. But in the air, you shouldn't be seeing that.
Yeah.
So if you get this in the air, that means the lens is covered in water or fog or something, or dirt. And you can speed it up faster so we can finish this. And you will see that right now it's in working logging state, INS working logging state, and the camera is in working logging state.
If you see that, you got to slow down because you're exceeding your camera's ability to store the pictures.
And that could be...
You shouldn't ever see that.
Okay, so see, now it says working, so it's still firing, but it's not logging the data. If you have airplane underneath you, you should be in initialized mode because you're still firing. And you can identify that by these red LEDs, and then on the laser safety button, also two LEDs, they're bright red. That means we're still firing. So now it will say working logging as soon as we get online, and you again start taking pictures. And this histogram is what you should be seeing when you fly. See, like it's a little bit to the left. So everything is functioning. I'll show you a couple other things. In here you see the records. So if you click on these arrows, you could scroll out here and you could see that channel 2 and camera in this size will be growing. Right now it's not growing because we're not seeing anything back, but that size will be growing. And then see, it says record 5 line 1, and if it's line 3 it'll tell you line 3. Okay, so everything is functioning. We're done with the mission. Go ahead and stop the simulator. So you will hit X. Oh, and by the way, you can actually switch to this. So the pilot is not going to be doing that. So you actually can do it from here. And you can stay aboard and you can pick the line. To pick the line, you put the mouse over and you hit the right. Try it. If you want it from this side, you click on this side. If you want to fly it from the other side, you hit the other side. So hit aboard. And now try the other side.
So whichever end that line sticks out of, so you can pick it like just shy of the center of the line. You don't have to be right at the end point. Whichever way that line points out, that's the end you're going to approach.
And you're 9 seconds out, and then 1 minute before completion. Yep. And this is the distance.
Right there, yeah.
All right, let's say we're done with the simulator. Hit aboard, and then you have to end the simulator on that part. Or maybe if you hit the GPS, you may be able to... Okay, perfect. So GPS disconnects from it and it stops the simulator. So at this point, it doesn't matter what you do with this. You go back to Reigl, you stop the laser from firing. Okay, the laser does not fire anymore. You see that LEDs are off, and it says initialized. So it goes to not initialized, initialized, working, working logging.
Yep.
All right. the camera is still in working, but it's not firing. So go ahead and stop the camera. And at this time, you go to your base, and you just landed. So what is the next step?
Static.
Yep. So you would stop logging the trajectory. The same window comes up. You would go to next. See, it says still working, logging the trajectory.
Do a 5-minute feedback in.
Sure. You skip that for now. And then now it says initialize. So you're no longer logging the trajectory. And now you're ready to disconnect from all the system components. So you would hit that button. And it's deinitialized. And now everything is not initialized. You can go ahead and close reacquire. Do you want to save? Sure. And then the next message will tell you, do you want to shut everything off? Okay. Usually you would say yes, but before we do that, let me show you one other thing. Just leave this window open and go to Internet Explorer browser. And you type in IP address for the data recorder, which is 192.168.0.236. And what that will do, it'll connect to the data recorder, and you can move this to a side. And you will see all of your records on here, but what you want to do, you want to clear out the drives. Notice that there's 4 drives there. That's because, but there's actually 2 drives and one for the camera, which cannot be seen here. But inside each drive, there's 2 drives. So you could see that it's used 46% and hard drive 0 and hard drive 1. You want to get a Sharpie and label all of those drives so you don't get them mixed up. But let's say you want to format it, erase everything off of it. What you do is you have to log in.
You do this before the mission, not after the mission.
Yeah. So click on user and type in ICANN, I-C-A-N. This is a super user password. And then you hit login. It gives you additional features such as format the drives. And to format the drive, you pick the drive you want, you hit format, and they'll do it. So right now you pick the HD0, which is the first hard drive. You hit format. Do you really want to format? Yeah, it's okay. Alright, so hard drive 0 formatting, so it's going to erase off of that. And then you can pick the next drive, and usually this takes about 30 seconds or so. And then hard drive 1, and then you can format that. The second set of drive, the second drive is not even used, and we're not even going to use it today because it's pretty big capacity. All right, both of them are formatting.
Okay, so it fills one and then it transitions to the next.
Yeah, if it's set to auto. Somewhere, I think it's maybe in the undersetting. Oh, there we go. Yeah, auto. Yeah, so it'll automatically do that.
Clear as mud, dude. It's way easier when you just start from scratch and load up like you're just gonna go do a flight.
Nothing in here.
Instead of you're bouncing all over the place with it like this, but when you actually go do a mission and then that repetition, you'll be good.
We're good to go. We're ready, but we just wanted to make sure there's no issues. So there was display resolution. So okay, so we're formatted.
It's a Reigl. I better not have any issues.
So this is finishing up formatting. As soon as this is done, we can shut everything off, and then we can try opening your project. If that's good, then we'll be good to go.
Close this thing?
All right, so you can close that now. So both drives are clean. You can close snapshot. And you can shut off the device. And
the snapshot, if you don't want to try and hit that tiny arrow, there's a big blue parachute button. That's the jump out.
And then on this one, you can also parachute out. And then
Seems relatively straightforward.
All right, so now, and give it about 30 seconds before you pull the power on it to properly shut down. It is strongly recommended that you shut it down properly. Don't just yank the power from the scanner because it has computers inside. It will give you a warning saying you didn't shut it down last time.
It's properly shutting the pause down and everything too.
That's yours.
Okay, so we're done. So where's the project that we're gonna fly now?
It should be on his in the default folder there.
Okay, so go ahead and find that project, and then you can stop recording. And
You gotta get it. It's
Oh yeah.
Alright, so there should be a C drive, a Reigl projects folder.
Track it. There we go.
Right there.
It's all new.
Initial tests, yeah, initial testing right there. So, I'll go back real quick. I want to see something to the Reigl projects. Go to ground test. Alright, so we go to INS GPS raw there. Full. INS GPS on. So that's an indication. That's the pause data we logged just sitting here on the ground right now. So that can be a point of QC at some point if you want. But yeah.
oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't put lever arms in. So let's do that real quick.
When we bring the system back up, we can do that.
Yeah, so it's shut off already. So we, I'm gonna pull the breaker and then you reset it and start with the lever arms.
The lever arms are the distance between the IMU there and the GPS, instead of the GPS antenna.
You're all set?
Yeah, we shot that in yesterday. We're probably going to shoot it in again. So we'll show you how to set it up here, and then I'll probably call you and tell you to set it up with something different down the road. And I can configure those in the back end too. So.
All right.
We don't apply lever arms on the good.
Get data.
All right, so to apply lever arms, there's a pause view on here. Again, you don't have to do it, but we'll show
Yeah,
you.
let's go ahead and I'll show you. Let's show you how to do it. So go to AV pause view.
Like you'll probably have to do it one at a time.
And then
You hit connect.
Connect.
Yep, that one. And then
the pause is off right now.
it's coming up on
Oh, it's
mine.
coming up. Okay.
Yeah, so give it a second. It should populate everything. So you can hear the fans start blowing.
So this is an indication of your pause as well. Pause quality. This is the screen I'm used to looking at.
What tolerance you like?
What's that?
What tolerances do you have?
They kind of are what they are. You want them to start out good though, nice and dialed in, and get everything nice and green there. And then Black gave you a tolerance on the heading to get green up here in this corner, and Ryan Quire was like, what was it, a tenth of a degree on your heading?
0.075.
0.075, okay.
And it'll go down to 0.03.
Okay.
It's pretty.
If you don't see that green, then they'll collect. But the procedure of the static and then the waking the IMU up, you land with a good takeoff, and then whatever procedure in the air is best, we'll get that dialed in.
And another thing I like to do, like once you see the numbers on the first setup, I always try to, okay, does roll and pitch make sense? Because a lot of times it will be backwards or something if it's not set up right.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to make sure that gets all set up right.
This is the third invoice he sent me. Because it's another one he sent. He told me
It's taking longer than I would like.
Yeah, like 30 grand. And I'm like,
This pause you have to be configured with the IP address to look at?
No, it grabs it automatically.
Should grab it? Okay.
yeah. You're charging us $15,000 an hour for it.
I think he's trying to get money back from the rotor sensor that he borrowed and
Man, I told him to fly that out front. and we'd be happy to let them use our sensor. It was going to cost them $500 a day because of that was all disclosed. Yeah, every time he sends me the project-specific invoice, not the SAM invoice, it's fucking jacked.
So you building 5,000? You building 5,000 right back?
No, we had billed him on earlier because he had used the rental. And I generated a project and we finally invoiced him. But he sent an invoice for some MODOT stuff they flew. Like he had thrown $5,000 RotorWorks charge. I'm like, we didn't use the RotorWorks sensor. He's like, oh, I was just using that as a value. But I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay that because we were already paying that the same day. I'm not going to double pay the sensor. And I'm like, it was your crew. So I thought if they flew their plane, their sensor on our job, it was the same rate as if it was their plane and our sensor. But apparently that's not the way it is anymore. And I don't know where that's really for. You got to do that.
Find the agreement. Find the.
The policy is not happy.
Something's not adding up. I thought it was $900 an hour for the plane and the sensor.
Yeah, when I asked him, I said, so when we talked on Wednesday or whatever, he asked me what would be fair. I said, charges, your hourly, aircraft rate, that's what he's supposedly did.
He's got sensor in there too.
And I asked him if that $900 an hour was the whole package, aircraft, wet, with sensor. He said yes.
Yes. It should include the sensor, yeah. Alright, we'll sort it out. Alright, it's fucking hot.
I was hungry until I started smelling that.
Yeah, are you ready to go back to the office for this?
Okay, so firewall was blocking it. But anyways, to do that,
You want to fly?
see right now
I want to go fly the. Sorry.
it's 83%. So if you want to clear that all you have to do is just go to log, and if you want to do anything applying settings, you always have to stop logging. Otherwise, it won't take. You can't store the settings. So if you want to erase the disk, right now it's 83%. Just go to delete files.
Nice. I never used to do that.
And it will do that. Or you could go with the FileZilla login.
Yeah, we always had to do that on UltraCam. That wasn't there.
So
So does it still have the issue? I'm assuming they fixed this too, but on the older one, if it got to file number 99
it used to
and
be
rolled over, it gets stupid. They fixed that too?
I think so.
I hope so. Nice.
So then you go to installation, and this is where you put the lever arms. And
These are all not set up.
IMU frame.
Yeah, or maybe that's the way it is.
Where's the heading? Where's 178 degrees? 0 is north, right? So this would be south. We're pointing south.
We're pointing south.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we're good.
That's realistic.
All right. Yeah. And then your references are 0, and then GNSS. So X was what, 30 centimeters? Did we calculate?
X was 0.03, yeah.
Y was let's make it like 3 centimeters.
Yeah, 0.03, yeah. And then Z we calculated to be about 1 meter. 0.99 or something like that. That'll be close enough for now. So I may have you change that at some point.
And then to store it permanently, you go to save settings. Just remember, make sure that the logging media is on idle.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you're storing it, it's going to tell you I'm already using some values, I cannot change it. And then all you have to do is just shut it down and restart it. And again, once we did this, just go open up Reacquire, and when you try to tell you, do you want to shut down? Yeah. All right, we're gonna stop recording.
You want something? All right, fair enough.